What's up, coaches? Wanted to take a few minutes to address the implementation of the trap bar deadlift. So some simple reasons that we're going to be making the switch. We'll still deadlift with a straight bar. This is something that I've been wanting to do for a long time, and we kind of finally pulled the trigger on this. But we'll still incorporate that straight bar. And for those that are looking to be competitive in CrossFit, they're going to need to continue to do straight bar deadlifts during this cycle. And I'll make sure that they're clear that they have that option. But the reason behind kind of making the switch during the strength cycle is this allows us to minimize risk and really maximize reward for the vast majority of our gym members. The trap bar deadlift really decreases the shear forces on the lumbar spine, meaning that it's healthier for the low back. This is going to give us the ability to lift heavier loads. It's really a lot easier movement pattern to learn. The mechanics are easier for people to memorize and to execute under fatigue. So there's nothing but positives here. If people are being stubborn and saying, I want to do regular bar deadlift, as long as they have the the capacity and the movement pattern to do that, I think that's fine. They can kind of be their choice. But I think people will really like this since they will be able to lift heavier than they normally will on the regular barbell. All right. So there's a couple of things with the setup of the barbell that are important. You cannot fit as much weight because the bars are shorter. All right. So with the rubber weights, the maximum weight that you can put on there is generally 245s and a 15 on each side. All right. That's going to serve the vast majority of female athletes. However, for males, that's not going to be heavy enough for a lot of them. So what they're going to need to do is use the competition plates. So they're going to use the metal plates. All right. So after experimenting with the barbell that we've chosen, we can slide up to 445s on that, along with a 25 or 35, no problem. And that kind of maxes it out. If you have somebody kind of lifting that much, especially for the high volume sets of 8, then they're likely strong enough to do straight bar deadlift, and you might have to give them that option if they're maxing out that barbell. But we have plenty of competitor plates. We have plenty of steel weights, Midwest City as well. West, you guys have a ton of those competitor plates, specifically the 55s and 45s. So we should be good. We may have a couple really big deadlifters that may have an issue with this, but like I said, they're probably going to utilize the straight bar anyways. And we can always up their repetition or modify as needed. So that's something that you're going to run into, is the modification of the plate. So be prepared for that in making sure that the stronger males are using the competitor plates to load their barbell, or using the steel plates to load their barbell. The other thing here that we have is we have the choice of doing the high handles or the low handles. All right. So the high handles are an option for those that do not have the mobility to reach towards the low handles. We would really like everyone to be able to use the low handles if possible, but it's not a necessity. The goal with this is not to force someone into something. That's why we're using the trap bar. So if it's more comfortable and they can hold a better position with the higher handles, especially tall people, people that have mobility issues, we want them to turn the bar over and to choose the high handles. Those can get down, and grab the low handles, no problem, and hold the same position. We want to use the low handles on that trap bar. All right. So show both ways and show them what you mean by using the trap bar with the high handles or low handles. Have them experiment as they warm up. All right. It's really easy to turn over, and then they'll choose what they want to do, the high handles or the low handles. Okay. For today, it's going to be a little bit experimental. We're not quite sure. We've never done trap bar max. All we want to do is follow the golden rule with the sets of 8. We want to go heavy but perfect. All right. And we really want to focus on the tempo and the execution. Be sure that you watch the video on the tutorial of the trap bar deadlift before you coach your class as well. All right. If you guys have any questions about implementing the trap bar, I know they're a booger to store as well, but I think the benefits are really going to outweigh the negatives in terms of like the awkwardness of storing those barbells. Cool. If you guys have questions for me, please post them below. See you later.